Alright guys, welcome to another beer review slash Clueless Eats. I think that's the series I've got. I can never remember the names of series I have. And yes, those are stains on my sweatshirt. Mainly because I was having homemade naan bread pizza with garlic and herb sauce and it splashed all over me. And I'm not going to apologise or take off the sweatshirt because I'm comfy as hell in it. Yeah, although not a Northern Monk related review, even though Northern Monk sweatshirt, Northern Monk glass, because it's one of my favourites. But there is a Manchester connection, don't worry. Yeah, it's like, this is so comfy. And that looks so horrible. Look at that. That stain's even worse, man. It's the first time I'm wearing it as well. Yeah, basically, Northern Monk know how to do men's merch properly. None of these like skinny soy boy craft beer sizes, but proper sizes. Not like, oh, proper men's size. I hate that attitude, but I've just got to say it. Northern Monk know how to do proper sizes with their clothing. And yeah, so this is snuggly AF, and I feel like someone's cute basic bitch girlfriend stealing their hoodie. Well, stealing their jumper, do you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, so we've got a bit of a beer and biltong food pairing. Of course it's a food pairing. I should really restart this video, but I just can't be bothered. So, first the beer. And this is a collaboration between Moor Beer Company and Lost and Grounded. And this is the smoked dark ale, which is called Sticks and Bones. Or if you were to structure that sentence properly, that would mean this is Sticks and Bones, which is a smoked dark ale. Clocking in at 4.7% ABV. No blurb on the back to speak of, but really nice artwork on this can. I do like Moor's style. And is that a rib cage? Yeah, it's rib cage on either side. And yeah, Lost and Grounded I'm a big fan of. Moor, I've only just really started to drink their beers because you don't really see much down my way. But in my most recent Beer 52 box, most recent to record this video of course, there were quite a few in there because it was the Southwest UK box, so yeah, I was very happy. And yeah, so that's the beer that we'll be reviewing. Just going to do it all in one video, so it could be a long one. You've committed to it now, so be it on your head. And yeah, so we're going to Manchester with this. Of course, Northern Monk, primarily based in Yorkshire, but now they have the refectory in Manchester, which is probably one of, if not my favourite place to drink in Manchester. Yeah, so keeping that Manchester connection alive, we've got some biltong that was produced by the Western Biltong Company, who I might have had some of their stuff from the Meatbox subscription I have. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, this was done for Beatniks Republic, who I actually got to experience their bar that they have, which is quite close to Northern Monk's Refectory. So that nearly made me miss my train because I was having a good time. What did I have in that? I had a pint of the Blood Orange IPA. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really, really was. I'll have to see if I can get a bottle or can of it, because again, I don't really see too many Beatnik Republic or Beatniks Republic beers. But yeah, lovely little place. It was a surprise. I didn't even realise they had their own sort of like tap room slash bar. And funny enough, they had a Lost and Grounded Kelpils on tap as well. But I could have had a few beers in there actually. Nice selection of their own beers, but then also guest taps. But yeah, so this is some biltong that they have produced for them by, of course, the Western Biltong Company out of Westmere Close, Weston. And yeah, this is Biltong Kentucky Bourbon. So that's what it looks like in the actual package. Quite a a handsome amount of biltong. I think I only paid about £2 to £3 for this, which was, for biltong and cured meat in general like this, it's actually not too bad of a price. Because I think sometimes you can actually pay more in the supermarket. But yeah, and I've got a real soft spot for like salamis, biltong, jerky, meat box. I've got a couple of meat box videos coming up where I'm pairing some meat box produced like biltong and jerky. I don't know why I'm telling you this now, but yeah, I'm very excited to do it, and I'm just picking 2 beers that I can try and pair with them. But yeah, so the ingredients for this are British Silverside beef, biltong spice, which is salt, coriander, sugar, pepper, potassium sorbate, and bicarbonate of soda. The Kentucky bourbon flavouring is sugar, dried glucose, salt, dried tomato, maltodextrin, onion or dried onion, starch, guar gum, sodium diacetate, citric acid, paprika, cayenne, barley, malt extract, dried garlic, natural flavourings, smoke flavouring, and paprika extract. So yeah, it sounds pretty damn good. And why didn't you pair it with a Kentucky bourbon stout? Because I don't really have any. And it's a school night tonight, so I'm having something that's a little bit more sensible. Even though I know for a fact that I'm going to just eat this pack when I know I shouldn't. But yeah, when I get biltong and stuff like this, it does not last long. In fact, I think I actually demolished a whole meat box in one sitting because I was watching The Apprentice and having a few beers. So anyway, could I sound more basic right now? So yeah, smelling really good. Not really getting too much of it. We'll get into the biltong. We must review the beer first. So let's see. I'm always excited when there's a smoked element to beer because I love smoked beers, especially German Rauch beers. So I'm interested to see what these guys can collaborate with, because of course we all know Lost and Grounded produced some really good classic German styles. I even think Moor have dabbled in that, because Moor had their own Oktoberfest for Oktoberfest, of course, and they brew some really, really good dark beers from what I've had so far. But yeah, so that's the beer itself. Let's see what we get on the nose first. Oh. Smoked malts are just absolutely wonderful, aren't they? I know they're an acquired taste, but smoked malts for me are just fantastic. Does it even say what malts they have used? No, not really. Doesn't go into detail, but yeah, it's got that, you know, that cured ham, slight smoked fish element to it, savoury with a slight sweet edge. It's almost like smelling like the Schlenkerla Rauchbier Märzen, almost. Very reminiscent of that, but then that could be coming from the malt character in general. But yeah, not too harsh, really nice and gentle, although I do like my smoked beers to be smoked beers. But this is smelling good. You get that sort of like muskiness in there as well. Smoked brown ale or dark ale. Could this be a Märzen? I'm not too sure. It's a little bit darker than you would expect, so I'm not sure exactly what style the dark ale is. Could have looked it up on Untapped or something like that, but I like to be surprised when I do these sorts of videos. Anyway, smelling really good. Lovely dark, deep brown hue to it, bordering on black. But yeah, doesn't that look dark and dense? And what's the ABV again? 4.7. It's smelling bolder than a 4.7 beer. Anyway, smells good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. Okay. Considerably more sweeter than I was expecting. You do get that smoked malt character now. You do get the smokiness, but it's a little bit more pronounced on the nose. It does actually die off quite quickly in the beer itself. And the only real negative I would say about the beer so far is body's a little bit thin. I know it's 4.7%, and I know my hair is absolutely terrible and doesn't have a style right now. But yeah, the body's a little bit thin. It does have a slight watery edge to it. A bit of earthiness there. You definitely get the sort of like the smoky wood chip sort of character. But yeah, it is a rather muted beer. It's probably one of those things where it might build up the more you drink it. But if you were trying to get into your smoked beers and you wanted to get a little bit of that smoky flavour profile, then I think this would be a really good introduction, actually. It's a little bit sweeter, making it a little bit more palatable. Although the body is thin, it's still finishing quite sticky on the palate. But yeah, it's just gentle. It's easing you into it. And it's got a lovely smoky aftertaste as well, I would say. You get the smokiness more on the back end as opposed to when it's hitting your palate. Which, as someone who loves smoked beers, slightly disappointed, not going to lie. Is it a bad beer? Hell no. It's a tasty enough beer, just a little bit watery and a little bit too safe tasting, I suppose. What's the best before on this? The 5th of November 2019. But yeah, it's got potential, I'll give it that. So, let's see what this biltong's like, because it could actually work to the beer's favour when paired with the biltong. So, we'll take a little bit, we'll get a nice chunk. So there we go, that's a nice one. You've all seen biltong. It looks like, strips of leather, as you would expect. So, it's got that classic, farmy, beefy aroma to it. A little bit of woodiness. Definitely get that sort of like dried garlic, and I'd definitely say the cayenne pepper is there. But it smells good, so let's give this a taste. First of all, gorgeous consistency. Not too dry, but not too chewy. I could just eat this all the time. Kentucky bourbon flavour though. If you were to eat these blind, I don't think Kentucky bourbon would instantly spring to mind. I can see that angle. You're trying to create that flavour with ingredients, which it's never going to be simple. But I can kind of get that barrel-aged character. Like an oakiness almost. And it does work really nicely. Sorry that I'm chewing and speaking at the same time. Tiny bit of that cayenne pepper's coming through, but not too much. There's no real heat to it. But I never find cayenne pepper to have any heat, really. Just adds a little bit of an edge to a dish, I've found. But the biltong itself is gorgeous. It's really high quality biltong. If there is a bit of a heat and a bit of a spiciness, it's that residual thing that you get in the back end. Just tastes so good though. Anyway, let's get back onto the review. So, love a piece of biltong. Take a sip of the beer. Mm. Oh. The smokiness, the gentle smokiness of the beer does complement that slight barrel character coming from the biltong. I know I'm doing this wrong. I know that, but I'm enjoying it, so leave me alone. Yeah, I think the biltong actually elevates the beer. That slight fishy, gentle cured ham character coming from the beer itself is lifted with the meaty flavour, obviously. Also adds a bit of bulk to the flavour profile of the beer. And it makes it a much more better drinking experience. The body is definitely what's holding this beer back. It was just a little bit bolder. I mean, I know it is only 4.7%. But if the body was just a little bit bolder, had slightly more character, it could actually work against the pairing. Because I think you need something gentle like that to work with the sort of subtleties of the biltong. This is so damn good. I can't believe I get to do this. People actually watch. It just adds so much flavour when you've got them both in your mouth at the same time. Take that as you will. Yeah, both the beer and the biltong complement each other really nicely and culminate in a really intriguing, solid flavour. And I think if the smokiness was a bit too overpowered in this, then it would interfere with the intricacies of the biltong. Only criticism is I'm not getting Kentucky bourbon. I'm getting like slight hints of a potential Kentucky bourbon sort of style flavour. But the biltong still tastes pretty damn good, and for the price I paid, it was fantastic. It really, really is. Western Biltong Company, I'm sure I've had some of their stuff before and really enjoyed it. Because I've got loads left as well. Well, I'm happy. I'd say this is a success. On its own, the beer could be some improvements, but that's from someone who likes their smoked beers really intense. I don't think I'm well versed enough in biltong to really give too many comments, but as an overall experience, I think this works absolutely wonderfully. But I think something like this is going to go with a lot of other sort of like, not like necessarily stouts, but sort of like brown ales, dunkels, doppelbocks, some of those German styles. Ruby ales, I can imagine that going really well with a ruby ale. And dare I say it, something like Hobgoblin. Do you know what I mean? The slight sweetness works well with the meatiness, and the genuine meatiness and the slight heat works well with the smoky malt character. So beer on its own, I would give that... I don't think I'd go out of my way to get another can of this, so I'll give that a 6.5 out of 10. When you have a biltong with it, takes it up to about 7.5. The biltong is just lovely. I'm not going to rate biltong because I've not had enough of it to really constitute what classically is good biltong. But needless to say, you can do much worse than this. And I don't think it needed me to make a video that's nearly 20 minutes long to explain that. So yeah, if you're in Manchester and you're at the Beatniks Republic bar, grab yourself a packet of biltong. They had another, I think it was just like a pepper biltong, which is still good. So yeah, pick it up, have a try. Big shout out, of course, to the Weston Biltong Company. I hope I'm saying that right. Big shout out, of course, to Moor and Lost and Grounded, two breweries who I am a fan of. Probably not the most exciting beer from both breweries, but I know that both can do some absolutely wonderful beers. And of course, big shout out to Beer 52 for this month's box. So links to everyone mentioned down below. Check out the Clueless Eats playlist. And yeah, what's some of your favourite food pairings? And what's some of your favourite jerky, biltong, salami, beer sticks? Hit me up and I'll see what I can see if I can source them. Anyway, I should be really going to bed because I'm in work tomorrow, but oh well. See you guys later.